Okay, really quickly, before I ship out the first batch of Talaria / Sur-Ron Chrome graphic kits around the world this morning, I wanted to make a really quick video. If you are getting your kit and you're looking for a video for an install, actually I don't have the bike here at the shop, so I can't do a live install, unfortunately, like I do on most of my RC vehicles. But I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and talk about what the product is. Specifically, if you buy a chrome-based product, you either added the oil spill or you bought the short circuit theme, which comes standard printed on oil spill chrome. This is the oil spill chrome. This is what it looks like in a gloss, okay? I also have a first run kit here going out to Germany. This is done in a matte finish, okay? And I have one underneath that is done in a gloss finish. Let me just try to get it bent here. And you can see the difference between the two. The client in Germany felt like, or at least his idea was, that if you got matte, it might be easier to keep clean. I tend to agree with that. You know, it'll hide scratches just a little bit more. But while I am here, one of the things that my other client was a bit surprised about when I showed him the preview was the detail that's actually underneath the main circuitry. Let me see. You see it there? Now, you can see the main circuitry shimmers and shines, but right there, there is a very subtle lower circuitry, and you can see it there, right in there, throughout. And it's a really cool bonus. It doesn't really show up on the website very well, but it's a very cool little bonus where you can just sit and stare at the detail on this kit forever. That said, let's go over a couple of the installation procedures specific to an e-bike. The e-bike floats right on the edge, in my opinion, of being, you know, a candidate for a soapy water apply and one for not, because none of these pieces are really that big. You know, you get into like a KTM 450, you got big side plates, big shrouds. I like to use the soapy water method. I said this in my other videos. I've been doing this 25 years. I think it's the most forgiving method to install graphics, whether you have an air egress profile or media, like I have right here. You can see the channels, or a non-air egress, no channels. I know that manufacturers don't tell you know, buyers and clients to use a soapy water installation method on air egress technology. I realize that, but I've done it hundreds of times and it does work, but it takes a few extra steps. And I have printed a card that's inside detailing what the extra steps are. It will be in your package if you added the oil spill, the honeycomb, or you bought, you know, something with oil spill standard like the short circuit kit. I'm not going to cover that because it's already on the card. Let's just cut right to the point here. When you go to install this kit, these smaller pieces, you can probably get away with a dry apply. It's air egress. If you snap it up, it'll come up for you. Don't try to snap it up if it's been laid down for a while. So you know, make sure you like it before you walk away to grab a soda or something, because the longer it sits, if you try to snap it up, you're going to distort that layer of adhesive. Couple other tips. These kits specifically, this is the Talaria, but the Sur-Ron will be done the same way. It's divided into left side, right side, and centers, okay? So your left side is from this dash line up. This is your right side, and then your centers and forks. So here's your front fender. Here is your lower hugger fender near the tire, front plate, the upper seat fender. This is the middle upper console. So basically in front of your stomach where you lean over, your fork guards. You'll know which fork guard is left and right because one has a cutout for the brake line and one does not. Then you move into the right side, which is a mirror of the left side. So I won't go over the left side because if you do one, you know what the other one is, right? Main frame, you know it's the main frame because on the Sur-Ron because it's got the cutout in the middle. Battery, this is the rear part of the shroud near your knee, right here. Frame, again, there's a diagram up here, so you can, you know, pull it off, look at the diagram, see where it goes. Swing arm, front of the knee shroud, lower frame only on some models. You may not need this. Middle frame, you'll know where that goes because it's got a big cutout here for the swing arm hole. Middle lower frame and upper frame, okay? So there's all that. One final tip I want to give you. If it were me, I would do the battery probably dry. You don't need to soapy water that down. There is a little note here, and you can see it's got exclamation points to let you know. Install the battery graphics first, okay? What I would actually do is cut, these are cut out deep. This is a 23 mil product. So you can take a pair of scissors and cut each of these out. Use some painter's tape to tape them onto the battery. Set the battery down in, and then take your frame graphic here and your frame graphic here and cut them out. Again, you don't have to cut where the cut lines are, just cut around it. Hold it up and see, does your A align with the M in ampere? Or if you did it custom, I had a guy that did something else, his letters, just make sure they line up. These happen to be ampere, so the A and the M. Now there will be, of course, a gap where some of the M is cut off, but you can cheat this a little bit if you need to. I've seen a lot of installs on YouTube where it looks like somebody installed the frame rail and then came in and installed the battery part, and they had the battery part completely moved down and crooked, and things didn't quite line up. So what this will do is allow you to see where you need to cheat things, if at all. If you don't even want to do it that way, I highly recommend, like this says, to install the battery kit first, adhere it on, put the battery in, and then you can align your frame rail, okay? If you need to cheat the A down 1/4 of an inch, get the A aligned and get it adhered with your fingers. And then if you're too low on the upper end of the frame rail, have a friend warm it up for you while you stretch it up to make up the difference. Simple. You don't have to, be relegated to exactly where it lands the second that you place it on. So those are my tips. I hope you, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you purchased a Sur-Ron or Talaria kit. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions or need support, feel free to email me. I will put the link down in the description below.